Israel Parliament, the Knesset, has approved a controversial law that introduces the death penalty for Palestinians convicted of deadly attacks against Israelis. The legislation passed with 62 votes in favor and 48 against.
בעד חוק עונש מוות, 62, 48 מתנגדים, נמנע אחד. אני קובעת כי הצעת חוק עונש מוות למחבלים, תשפ"ו 2026, התקבלה בקריאה השנייה והשלישית, והחוק ייכנס לספר החוקים של מדינת ישראל, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. עם ישראל חי!
With Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu backing the measure. Under the law, military courts trying Palestinians in the occupied West Bank will impose the death penalty by hanging as the default punishment for those convicted of killing Israelis. The bill is strongly championed by Israel's far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, who celebrated the vote in parliament. "We made history," Ben-Gvir said in a social media post, rejecting the international pressure from the European Union to withdraw the legislation. The law has triggered sharp reactions across the Palestinian leadership and international community. Palestinian Authority Ministry of Affairs called the law a dangerous escalation, saying Israel has no sovereignty over Palestinian territory in the occupied West Bank. The ministry accused Israel of trying to legitimize extrajudicial killing through legislation. The Palestinian group Hamas has also condemned the law, describing it as a dangerous precedent that threatens the lives of Palestinian prisoners. Hamas called on the United Nations and the International Committee of the Red Cross to intervene to protect Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. Palestinian political leader Mustafa Baghrouti, Secretary General of the Palestinian National Initiative, warned that legislation could target Palestinian political prisoners and activists. He said that the bill reflects what he described as a growing far-right shift within Israel's political system. Human rights organizations have also strongly criticized the law. The Palestinian Center of Human Rights said the legislation entrenches Israel's long-standing policy of extrajudicial execution under the guise of law, calling on the international community to intervene. The United Nations Human Rights Officer in Palestine urged Israel to immediately repeal the law, saying it violates international legal obligations. The UN said the death penalty itself constitutes cruel, inhuman, or degrading punishment, and warned that the law could deepen what it described as a racial segregation and apartheid by applying exclusivity to Palestinians. Global rights group Amnesty International also condemned the law. Erica Guevara Rosas, Amnesty Senior Director of Research and Advocacy, called it a public display of cruelty and discrimination. She said the legislation follows years of alleged extrajudicial killings of Palestinians with little accountability. European institutions and governments have also voiced concern. Alain Berset, Secretary General of the Council of Europe, called the law a serious regression in human rights standards. He warned that applying the death penalty in a discriminatory manner is incompatible with the rule of law. Ireland's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Helen McNee, said the bill was deeply concerning because of its discriminatory nature towards Palestinians, stressing that the right to live was a fundamental human right. Italy's Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani said that Italy, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom had urged Israel to withdraw the legislation. He said the commitments under the United Nations resolution calling for global moratorium under the death penalty must be respected. The law comes at a time of rising violence in the occupied West Bank. Alongside Israel's ongoing war in Gaza, legal challenges are already underway. The Association of Civil Rights in Israel has filed a petition with the Israel Supreme Court, arguing that the legislation is discriminatory and lacks legal authority over Palestinians living under military occupation. The coming weeks will determine whether the law takes effect and how the growing international backlash shapes Israel's next steps.